What up, Space Fam? Gozen here for AnimeUproar, and today I am back to discuss the latest developments in the Demon Slayer story. If you don't know why I didn't make videos about the last couple of chapters, it was because we got over 3 wrongful copyright strikes on YouTube and couldn't upload anything during that time. We fought all of the strikes and most of the videos that were taken down have already been restored, but it goes to show how easy it is to abuse the YouTube system. Because of this, I ask you to follow us wherever you listen to podcasts. Whether it's on Spotify or Apple Music, you can search AnimeUproar Audio and you'll be able to find all of our videos in audio format. You'll be able to download them and listen to them whenever you want, even if YouTube takes them down. I'll put links to that in the description. We also have live discussions about the latest manga chapters on Twitch, so I hope to see you there. Now, let's jump into this Demon Slayer greatness. And if you somehow didn't know, I'm talking about the latest Demon Slayer chapter in this episode, so there will be manga spoilers. This chapter is called Sorrowful Love. The last chapter was crazy. Tanjiro was experiencing his ancestors' memories, and that allowed us to learn about the fight against Muzan, the strongest demon, and Yoriichi, the strongest demon slayer. We finally learned about how Muzan managed to escape. Yoriichi completely outclassed the Demon King of Pop, but suddenly Muzan's body burst open with incredible force and 1,800 pieces of flesh flew in different directions. Yoriichi managed to cut more than 1,500 pieces of flesh, but the rest allowed Muzan to fully regenerate. The remaining pieces were too small according to Yoriichi, so I truly wonder how our present day Demon Slayers will possibly be able to kill Muzan if he tries to use this move. My guess is that working together, they might have a shot of cutting down all the pieces, or they'll somehow trap him, making it impossible for the pieces of flesh to get away. But whatever happens, it's vital that Tanjiro managed to figure out about this escape method. Now, there's actually a chance that they'll be able to figure out a strategy to prevent Muzan's escape. This leads me to believe that Muzan probably won't escape this time, as some fans have predicted. So now there's the matter of this chapter. The cover page is a person trapped behind wooden bars, their face hidden. Then we quickly jump into the action. We are now back in the present day and Muzan is going ham. He's using his demon tentacle whips to pretty much destroy everything around him. Gyomei, the strongest pillar, notes that Muzan is getting even faster and that he can't even get a feel for his attacks. That's saying a lot coming from someone as skilled as Gyomei. Keep in mind, it's been a long time since Yoriichi faced Muzan, so Muzan is probably significantly stronger than he even was back then. We have Gyomei, Iguro, Giyu, Sanemi, and Mitsuri all doing their best, and they're still getting outclassed. Mitsuri seems to be getting the worst of it. She gets another injury and cries out. She can't see Muzan at all, and she's been relying on intuition and luck to dodge. She knows that she'll be the first one taken out and thinks that she's been no help at all. I love Mitsuri as a character. She always wants to help and has the best of intentions. She's always doing everything she can, even though she seems weaker than a lot of the other pillars. And despite how hard she tries, she feels bad that she can't do more. If you can't sympathize with the adorable Mitsuri here, then we can't be friends. Mitsuri reaffirms that she is willing to risk it all and attack, even though that might not even do anything to slow Muzan down. And then, dear God, our Mitsuri gets a major injury. It hits her left arm and the left side of her face. She falls and Iguro, who loves her, rushes to help her. As the other pillars keep exhausting themselves against the calm-faced Muzan, Iguro tells a Demon Slayer Corps member to tend to Mitsuri's wounds and to get Yushiro, who is especially good at healing. Even after everything Mitsuri's been through, she still wants to fight. She promises not to hold them back. She wants to fight until the end. At this point, I'm really hoping that Mitsuri doesn't die. We've seen so many pillars die, and if Mitsuri died too, that would just be heartbreaking. Iguro tells her she's done enough. He leaves her in the Demon Slayer Corps member's hands while Mitsuri begins to cry. She's crying because she thinks she was of no use and help to the others, and more importantly, because she doesn't want Iguro to die. Here we finally get a hint that Mitsuri might have special feelings for Iguro, just like he has for her. I don't know if I ever shipped a couple so hard, I really don't. It's clear that Mitsuri, being the caring person that she is, doesn't want anyone to die. But there's definitely a unique relationship between Iguro and Mitsuri, and we luckily get more information about it as the chapter goes on. We get Iguro's perspective, which is rare. He wishes that he met Mitsuri under normal circumstances, but but says that it is impossible for him. He has his own issues and we start to learn about them. There is a self-loathing there and he thinks he's not good enough for Mitsuri. He says that unless he dies and gets a different body in which this filthy blood does not flow, he has no right to be with her. So he's pretty much saying that he'll never have a right to be with Mitsuri. We see that his mouth looks like the Joker's. Possibly from injuries, it seems to extend much further than normal, like a snake's. Iguro reveals that he comes from a corrupt bloodline that has killed for money. They did horrible things so that they could live in mansions and in unnecessary luxury. Obviously, anime fans should know that the circumstances of one's birth should not decide their future, but Iguro seems to feel differently at this point. We learned that his clan had only females for 307 years until he was born. They immediately confined him to a wooden cell. It's the cell that was shown in the cover page of the chapter, showing that this chapter is clearly Iguro focused, which is good because we desperately needed one. The females fawned over Iguro a lot and brought him rich foods. He had more food than he could eat, way more. When Iguro was 12, they finally took him out of the cell. They took him to a luxurious room where there was a demon with the lower body of a serpent. It looked as if the whole place was a shrine for the demon and that the family worshipped her like a god. Kid Iguro, his mouth still not horribly scarred, was scared and sweating all over when he saw the demon. He realized that it was this demon that had been coming to see him at night. Then we find out the horrible truth. Iguro's family had been living off the riches stolen from people who this snake demon killed. The demon liked eating babies, so the family had been offering their offspring as sacrifices. The only reason Iguro didn't get eaten sooner was because he had rare eyes. They were different colors and the demon took a special liking to him and decided to let him grow into a more filling meal. Because Iguro was still so small, she decided to let him live longer. She had his mouth cut so that it more closely resembled her own serpent mouth. Not only that, the serpent demon drank all of the blood that came from the 12-year-old's new wounds. Now, knowing the truth, Iguro started working on his escape. He used a hairpin to slowly cut through his cell. He was super scared the entire time that they discover what he was doing, and his only friend was the snake Kaburamaru, who had entered his cell. He managed to escape and he ran with the pet snake around his neck. The serpent demon ended up catching up to Iguro. It looked like it was all over, but in the nick of time, none other than the flame pillar came to the rescue. This is likely Rengoku's dad, but it isn't specified. Man, that reminds me how much I miss Rengoku. May that amazing firebender rest in peace. The flame pillar went and saved Iguro's last surviving cousin. However, she's mad at Iguro. Because Iguro escaped, the serpent demon killed the 50 other members of the clan. She says that Iguro killed them, which is probably the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. Despite how crazy and unjust the girl's words were, they still hurt Iguro. He felt that as a member of a filthy family, he was too corrupt. He felt that his sins were too deep so that he could not live a normal life. I just want to say that Iguro is totally not being fair to himself here. His sin was trying to survive. That's not a sin. It's not his fault that the serpent demon killed his family, and his family should have never worked with the demon in the first place. Their behavior was sinful, but Iguro's was not. This is a good lesson that we tend to be too hard on ourselves. Imagine if Mitsuri went through Iguro's childhood. Then he would tell her that it's not her fault at all. He would comfort her and tell her that she deserves anything she wants. However, we tend to be much harder on ourselves than on others. Try this trick next time you find that you're being too hard on yourself. Ask yourself what you would say to your best friend or even child if they were in your situation. Wouldn't you be easier on them? Wouldn't you support them rather than criticize them and kick them when they're down? Take that as a clue to go easier on yourself. I've used this reframing trick many times, and it really does help you see things more objectively. Iguro does not get perspective on the situation. Rather, he feels the decaying hands of 50 people reproaching him, clawing at him, and holding him back. His hope is to die defeating Muzan, and he hopes that it will purify his filthy blood. It's truly sad that Iguro has a death wish. He feels like he needs to die to atone for sins that shouldn't even be considered sins, but in his mind, he has convinced himself of his filthiness and unworthiness. Rather than telling Mitsuri how he feels about her in this lifetime, he hopes that he'll be reborn as a human and be able to tell Mitsuri how he feels about her then. It's a sad situation, especially because people do really tend to convince themselves of their own unworthiness. Even Mitsuri at the beginning of the chapter felt unworthy because she felt that she was so useless in the battle. Then Iguro feels unworthy of her because even though he's stronger, he feels that his origins have made him undeserving of happiness. Almost everyone feels undeserving of happiness, and that is the truly sad situation that Demon Slayer is illustrating here. In truth, the mangaka is telling us the unworthiness is all in our head. Mitsuri would in no way think that Iguro is unworthy because of his origins, just as Iguro never judges her for what she perceives as her own shortcomings. Everyone's messed up, everyone's made mistakes. Never think you're the only one and that you alone don't deserve happiness because of that. Looking back on the chapter, Sorrowful Love was definitely the perfect title for it. And that is it for today's episode. I am so glad we learned more about Iguro. I've liked him a lot for a while now, and I'm an even bigger fan of his character now. I truly hope he realizes that he doesn't need to die before he's worthy of happiness. And I truly hope that neither Iguro or Mitsuri die during this fight, and I know that's asking for a lot, but these guys really deserve a happy ending. Thanks so much for listening. If you enjoyed the chapter review, make sure to smash that like button to let me know. For more Demon Slayer discussion, subscribe, and this is critical, hit that notification bell or you won't know when new videos come out. Remember to follow AnimeUproar Audio wherever you listen to podcasts, and come discuss the latest chapters with us when they drop on Twitch. I would love to see you there. A special thank you goes out to our patrons over on Patreon who help us survive YouTube issues and who help make videos like this one possible. I especially want to thank our Pro Hero tier patrons, the one and only Gilgamesh, Nothing But a Fan, Jason Wilson, King Zeldris, $50 Beat, Anatoly Kazatsky, Alpha Dio, Angel Cruz, and Team Sparky65. And are the 1-tier patrons, the ones who stand atop all clans: Steven Ingrata, Alola Natem, Matty Mac 239, Makoto Kun, The World, Steelers, and the School Bus. Thank you all so much. If you enjoy our work, you can support more of it by going over to patreon.com/AnimeUproar and becoming a patron today for as little as $1. If you do so, you'll get your name featured in future videos alongside these amazing people right here, and you'll even get access to our private patron-only Discord where we talk about anime, life, and of course, dank memes. So check out patreon.com/AnimeUproar, link in the description if you're interested. You can also now join the YouTube channel and support more content that way if you prefer. Whichever way you choose to support us, you can get the same great benefits. Again, thank you for sticking with us through this difficult strike situation. Your support has helped us get through it. We truly hope that we'll be able to make videos for you for a long time to come. Here's hoping that YouTube gets around to fixing their deeply flawed copyright strike system. Until next time, see you, Space Cowboy.